speak about the DIVERT program, which is one of the offerings of Lutheran Social Services that's a great fit for the building block of children achieving their maximum potential. A little different story in that it works with the school-age kids, so 6 to 17 up to 18-year-olds in our communities, and really sprang up from some community needs that started to first be discussed back in 1996. So that's one of those nice things about being around as long as I have. I remember the beginning of things. And I can remember how they first occurred and what the push was for them. And the DIVERT program, the push really was that a variety of people in the community, whether it be law enforcement, the courts, social service agencies, and just general citizens, were starting to have a concern that we didn't have enough or the right resources for families when they first started identifying problems within their home environment with their kids. And as a result, they were somewhat overreactive. They would be calling law enforcement when they had an 8-year-old that had out of control behavior, or they couldn't get to bed at night, or they were calling the court saying, I want to place my young person on probation because I don't know what to do with them anymore. These might be calls from parents of 9 and 10-year-olds. And you don't use a sledgehammer or something that you could use a small hammer with. And so we have to have the most appropriate kinds of interventions, because research shows that if we place low-risk kids in high-risk interventions, we have a pretty high degree of probability that we're going to make things worse, not better. So we have to have those opportunities in our community, and DIVERT stepped forward and is really a grassroots orientation to solving that problem here in Grand Forks. DIVERT is an early intervention program. It is a formal youth court diversion program for kids who have committed a first offense, and then the court really gives them the opportunity to have that issue resolved outside of the court. And so we're very pleased to have a wonderful relationship with Sean and his gang. And so we're not trying to avoid the court because that's a bad place to go. The court wants to spend their focus and energies on those kids that need the court-level intervention and have more appropriate intervention for those kids that might be dealing with more parent-child conflict issues, mental health issues, or even substance abuse issues, because we can do a family-level intervention. That's the other really unique thing about DIVERT is we don't have to wait until that young person has a citation by a local law enforcement officer to get involved. It can be as simple as a mom or a dad picking up the phone and saying, I'm really concerned about my young person. I see changes in them. I don't know what it's attributed to. Maybe they used to have wonderful grades and are active in school and community, and suddenly they see some changes and they don't know what's going on. Or their young person suddenly starts not coming home when they're supposed to, not following their rules, and they're not sure what to do. And they don't want to start calling the police, but they feel like they've tried everything and it's not working, and now what do I do next? So it's in those types of situations that we get involved with those 6 to 17-year-olds and their entire family. The majority of our referrals, about 55%, come from the court, but the rest of them come from parents themselves, other agencies, and the schools. And we're very pleased to have that opportunity to get involved early on with those children. I think it really is about all kids achieving their maximum potential, and when school-age kids start struggling, it's so important that we do something and we respond rather than wait for things to get so much worse, and to get to that point where not only do we not know what to do, but where parents have lost maybe hope that things can get better, and where the relationship between parents and children, and even the relationship between that youth and the broader community has really deteriorated. Then all of our jobs is so much harder. And so again, the early intervention is really key, and I just really want to applaud United Way and United Way's board for looking at that and looking at the necessity to get involved early to both prevent